Doctor Who, Prisoner of Time, issue number 7. Written by Scott and David Tipton. Scotland, 1830. My poor darlings. Every night I hope for some change, some sort of progress, but I am running out of hope. Still, if nothing else, I can keep your bodies warm and bellies full. There you go, darling. At least you still take nourishment. The doctor will be here soon, and perhaps he can finally find out what's ailing you. The doctor is here, my dear. And I dare say, if I can't figure out what's wrong with your patients, no one can. Modest as always, Professor. Oh, thank the saints you've arrived. Mr. Campbell had told me he'd sent for the family physician, but that was weeks ago. Well then, it's a good thing I'm here, isn't it, Miss... Oh, Miss Mackenzie, Doctor. A pleasure. This is my assistant, Ace. Hiya. Hello. Ah, I see you've noticed her heavy coat. Dear Ace gets a chill so easily. She just wouldn't leave it behind. Silly girl, I know, but she's good in a pinch. Now, if you would, I'd like to examine your patients, may I? Hello? No, not good at all. So, what can you tell us about your patients? How long have they been under your care? Only for 6 weeks or so, since I replaced the last nurse. Doctor, may I be of any assistance? Oh, he's fine. His methods may look a little unusual, but there's nobody better than him. Believe me. Where is the master of this house? I have a few questions for him. Look no further, sir. Alan Campbell at your service, and we've not met, Doctor... Not met? I thought you were the family physician. I never said I was, Miss Mackenzie. No, he was unable to attend, so he sent me in his place. Hope that's not a problem, Mr. Campbell. Not at all. Anyone recommended by Dr. Lewis certainly has gained my trust. I still didn't catch your name, sir. Smith, Dr. John Smith. And yes, Dr. Lewis sends his apologies that he was unable to make the journey from Edinburgh. Of course he does. How fortunate you were free. I always make time to help those in need, sir. Now, if you could fill me in on the patient's background. Naturally, Dr. Smith. These poor souls are my great aunt and uncle, Gibson and Ruth Campbell. The two of them fell ill 3 months ago. First Uncle Gib, then my dear aunt. It was slow at first, a worsening fatigue, until eventually they were, as you see them, here, barely moving, almost frozen alive. I see. Yes, quite a puzzlement. And forgive me if I intrude too much into the personal, Mr. Campbell, but is this estate, the castle, the grounds, is it theirs? This is the Campbell Orchestral Home, sir. Yes, it is, no doubt. But as it stands today, is it yours or theirs? The estate is theirs, Doctor. Should they depart this mortal coil, the responsibility, the honour of maintaining the Campbell's land will fall to me. But that's not something I relish. Good heavens, no, sir. Please forgive me if I offended, but should something happen to your dear uncle and aunt, you would be the lord of the manor. Yes, the master of the house, as it were. Yes, the master. Well then, I just need to consult a few texts I brought along in my carriage, and I can begin a more thorough examination and treatment, with your permission, Mr. Campbell. By all means, Dr. Smith. What was all that about, Professor? The man wasn't in the room for more than 2 minutes before you tore into him. I had to cut the bones quickly, Ace, to get the true sense of what was going on here, and confronting him as badly as possible seemed the swiftest way to accomplish that. And what did you accomplish by attacking that fella? The nurse looked like she'd seen a ghost. Oh, I accomplished quite a bit. I learned for a fact that whoever he may be, that is not Alan Campbell. And how do you know that? Because whoever his uncle and aunt are, they are not human. Not human? I'm convinced of it. And whatever drew the TARDIS here, I'm just as convinced we'll find traces of the same energy in Campbell's uncle and auntie. How are you going to do that from down here, with them up there? That shouldn't be a problem. There should be enough genetic material on this to get us some answers. Ugh! You nicked that from their bedroom without anyone noticing? Wicked! We have to take your advantages when they make themselves apparent, Ace. After all, you never know who's watching. Take this and go on a stroll around the castle. Keep your eyes on the prism at the top. When it glows red, it's picking up the energy we detected. And that same energy is storing up in Uncle and Auntie's cells upstairs. Just take a quick walk around, try to be inconspicuous, and don't take any unnecessary chances. Chances? I'm a good girl, Professor. Yes, I know. You do as you're told. No unnecessary chances. Whoa. Doctor? Dr. Smith? Why, hello. I was just coming back upstairs. How could you insult Mr. Campbell like that? With all he's going through, his only remaining family barely alive, and you accuse him of being little more than a grave robber. I'm not here to solve people's tender feelings, Miss Mackenzie. I'm here to help, just as you are, and you know it too, don't you? There's something not right about good Mr. Campbell, is there? How long have you been in his employ? A little under 2 months. And has there been any change in their condition since you were hired to take care of them? No, they've changed a whit in all the time I've been here. And you've been terribly worried, haven't you? That's why you didn't even question who I was when I arrived. So long as anyone might be able to help. There's something about Mr. Campbell, Doctor. I can't explain it, but it just doesn't feel right. You will help me, won't you? I'm the doctor. I'm here to help. Doctor! What is it, Ace? You needn't make such a noise, child. I found it! What you had me looking for. You have to come see. Very well, then. Show me the way, but discreetly, please. Sorry to interrupt your tender moment with the nurse there, Doctor, but I know you want to see this. Don't let your imagination run away with you, Ace. Can you please focus on the matter at hand? Right in here, Professor. Take a look. Let's see exactly what you found. Oh, you weren't exaggerating at all, were you, Ace? Spot on. I told you! Isn't this what you wanted me to find? Certainly is. And you say the door wasn't secured, left unlocked. Not locked at all. I took a quick peek inside and then ran to get you. I'm not surprised. We were meant to find this Ace. I wonder what his play is. Be careful what you touch. This is all likely to be part of a trap. A trap? But who could? This can only be the work of the Master. Avoid touching anything, Ace. We don't want to leave evidence of our presence. Unless, of course, that's all part of his plan. So many gadgets, Doctor. What's the purpose of all this? The Master is very resourceful, Ace. He'll take advantage of the technology and arcana from 1,000 planets if it will help him achieve his nefarious goals. Let's investigate that rear chamber. What the devil? The Campbells. Run! Go! Going as fast as I can, Professor. Oi, Doctor, look out! A persistent one this creature is. Back away from the door, Professor. I've just the thing for this situation. Oh, here we go. Take this, you tentacled Torag. Oh my. Good work, Ace. I think you got him. What a horror! You do not exaggerate. That was a gullwort. A monster born and bred to drain the life force from its victims. That creature would have certainly killed us. Doctor! Oh my. Don't worry, Miss Mackenzie. We've had a slight mishap here. Nothing to be too concerned about. Now, why did you come looking for me? Oh, the Campbells. They're stirred from their sleep. They haven't awakened, but something gave them quite a shock. Aha! Confirmation. Exactly what I was hoping to hear from you. A great burden has been lifted from them. And now, to finish the job. Come on! Proof and Gibson need our help.
What's all this? In a hurry to go somewhere? Perhaps you would know me better, Doctor, in a more familiar form. Say my name, Doctor. The Master!
Ah, you and your cheap theatrics. Did you really think I did not know it was you?
I figured you might have an inkling of my true identity, Doctor. After all, you and I have been playing these sorts of games for a very long time now. We know each other all too well.
Too well indeed.
Still, I could not resist maintaining my charade a bit longer, especially since I have labored much to create it. And this time, there's a new element in my plans to bring harm to you. I've been working with a new partner. He's an old friend of yours, or should I say companion?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Of course not, because you haven't met him yet. You see, I've been siphoning the life force from the Campbells up here and transmitting that powerful energy to my partner, helping him to conduct the elaborate revenge against you. He insists I leave you alone, but I can't be blamed for an accident now, can I? I do so enjoy causing you pain. If my little pet had consumed you here and now, that would have been fine with me too.
Yes, we met your little gullwort down there. That tentacled monstrosity was sapping the energy from the Campbells when we encountered it. Fortunately, Ace here took matters into her own hands and eliminated that abomination with a well-placed explosive.
You killed my gullwort. You'll pay for that.
Tut-tut. Let's not have any of your typical threats. By the way, I also found your device that's been keeping the Campbells asleep all of this time. What happens if I do this?
No!
What's happening, Doctor? I turned off the inhibiting field that was preventing them from taking their natural form.
You'll regret this. I'll be back for you, Doctor.
You are the one who has done this. Prepare yourself for retribution.
Ah!
Who are they, Doctor?
They are called the aeroliths, Ace, creatures of light and wind, found only on the planet many, many light years from here. It must have taken great force on the part of the Master to capture and encapsulate them in such a manner.
It was enough of a shock that Master Allen was not who I thought he was. Are you saying that Ruth and Gibson Campbell weren't even human?
I'm afraid that is indeed the case, my dear. The entire Campbell family was a fiction created by the Master, out here far from others where none could interfere. And you were needed to keep them alive in their human shells, so he could continue to drain the aeroliths of their vital energies. In his arrogance, the Master would never lower himself to serving as a nursemaid.
They seem quite angry. What will happen if they catch him, Doctor?
Oh, they will catch him, Ace. They are more than angry, and they have very long memories and a vengeful disposition. They will visit upon him tortures and pain beyond even the slightest understanding of you and I. Once again, he has made new enemies for himself. The anguish the aeroliths will visit upon him will only further warp his perverted, malevolent soul. His descent into the abyss will only intensify as a result of this. And with it, the Master's vendetta against me will only intensify as well. And he will now be a deadlier foe than ever. Anyway, we must bid you farewell, Mackenzie. It's time for us to be moving on.
Oh, but do you have to go?
We do. This whole matter does not bode well. For all the Master's insanity, his machinations usually make an awful lot of sense. I feel that there is much here yet to be revealed. Besides, something the Master said about a partner planning some sort of vengeance upon me. Well, it seems to have roused some sort of memory in my head, like a waking from a dream. It feels as if I'm falling, but never strike the ground. I need to see if I can figure out exactly what's happening. Take care, Doctor. Goodbye, Miss Mackenzie.
Yes!